Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. Constantine is dead. Long live Anna, who is, of course, the big bad. I'm guessing here that she's going to drink from the divine source and become really hard to kill, but we could be wrong. We could totally be wrong. We'll see. And then maybe Laura drinks from the divine source and becomes even more made of iron than she already is. I think she's badass now. Wait until she has the powers of Captain America. Be fucking awesome. Captain America game would be pretty cool. They'd be able to do a good job, I think. That'd be pretty awesome. I'm definitely playing the Spider-Man game when it comes out. Alright, Chamber of Souls, let's do this. Hey, Laura.
Anna, stop! Your men are defeated. Your brother is dead.
No!
That's what Trinity has wrought. Death. And that's all they'll ever bring. Give this up.
I gave up everything for this. I have no intention of giving it to Trinity.
Of course not.
What about your father? You're dooming him to be mocked by history. How can you let this go? When you're so close?
I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
How the... Why?
I can't let you take it.
I missed the whole character
Think of the
development.
millions suffering and dying. We can save them. We can change the world. Together.
The cost is too high, Anna.
We don't actually know that.
We aren't meant to live forever.
Jacob does it.
Death is a part of life.
I mean, the Immortal Guardians
That's
don't.
easy for you to say. You're not the one who's dying.
But this isn't about you. This is about humanity, about protecting what it means to be human.
They're coming! We're surrounded!
Hi, Jacob.
Jacob, look out!
Unexpected. Okay. I mean, he'll be fine.
The source is not meant for the world.
This is your chance, Lara. Everything I've done, everything you've done. Another Croft doesn't have to die for this.
But I'm willing to.
You just shoot her, Laura? Why aren't you shooting her? I guess shoot her hand, maybe? Shoot her in the back. She
Well,
turned away
I'm
from
not.
you. Okay, nope, that's gonna be bad for you. Yeah, you have limited ammunition. What do you think,
Please.
Laura?
I'm dying. This is my only hope.
Damn. They gonna make us make a choice?
Anna, no!
Oh, yep. Hello. Laura didn't look, so maybe she's okay? Depends what makes it... I mean, it's clearly not a divine. She's looking away from it the whole time she picked it up. Hey guys. Hello. She's still not looking at it, so I guess that makes her okay. Oh, she's gonna chuck it.
It's okay.
And she at least asked for permission first.
Sorry.
Oh, did that take away the... How does... What? What? Ontological inertia. Is that not a thing in this world? I guess it's magic. We can't understand magic.
Jacob, hold on.
I don't understand how Jacob wasn't wiped away with the Guardians, but
I've held on
okay.
for too long already.
You knew I'd destroy it.
In all my years, I've met few as extraordinary as you.
He was shot 3 times, though, so he's probably gonna die now. Even if there was ontological inertia.
My ending.
I'm sorry. All I wanted was to make a difference.
You already have. You already have.
So, okay, he's gonna vaporize. Turn to dust, I guess. And then what about Anna? She's crawling away there.
My dearest Lara, I often think about how my father would turn over in his grave if he knew the shame I had brought upon our family's name. Croft, what does it even mean? I just hope you can make your own mark on this world someday. Remember that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
Destroying the source was the right thing to do.
I still feel like I let him down.
I think you would have made the same choice.
No,
Come
I
on.
don't think so.
You've got a plane to catch.
And we don't know much about him, but I really doubt it. Where are they going now? The next adventure, I
I've
guess.
listened to his last tape 1,000 times, but it's as if I was hearing my father's words only now, for the first time. It doesn't matter what choices he would have made. I have to make my own. The myth of Katesh was real. There are secrets out there that can change the world. I need to find them. Not for my father, not for anyone else. Trinity is still out there, and they're more powerful than I ever imagined. I can stop them. I can make a difference. I can make the right difference.
Okay, that's a lot faster of an ending than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to have this big fight against Anna, maybe another couple of waves of the guards, a real like final battle. But I guess Constantine battle was it last episode, so that's interesting. Kind of a quick denouement, I think. Obviously, they set up the ending there to say, Shadow of the Tomb Murder is going to be taking place in somewhere in Mexico, probably do with, let's see, that area in Mexico would be, is it Mayans? I don't remember. There's like 3 nations in that area, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Incas, and I honestly don't remember where their various power structures lie. Now, granted, this is in a very Hollywoodish type of setting, so chances are it's going to be some amalgamation of all 3. Most likely Aztec, because that's kind of what's in people's mindset for the whole 2012 end of the world thing. Or no, that's Mayan. That was the Mayan calendar. Never mind, it could be Mayan. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So the game was cool. The game was interesting. I liked it. I mean, it's your standard, Indiana Jones adventure, going in there, being a badass, taking names. And Laura's definitely grown to the role. I think I like this game a little bit more than the first Tomb Raider game in 2012, 2013, 2015, whatever it was. Because Laura was more just into the whole, let's rock and roll. One thing we didn't do, though, is we didn't unlock everything. We didn't unlock everything. We didn't 100% the game. I think it was pretty unlikely to be able to do that first run. It's not too surprising. I am kind of puzzled as to where that final bear was. Would have kind of loved to have seen a immortal bear warrior. I think that would have been awesome. That would have been a great final fight. If Anna and Lara had to temporarily work together because the bear is the bigger threat. And then once the bear is down, then Anna manages to get a hold of the artifact first. Then you could still have the same ending. And the same ending still would have worked. But I think that would have been awesome. Though at the point where you're at the point of no return, getting a bear hide then would actually kind of not work at all, huh? Because you wouldn't be able to do the bonfire and actually make it so that it works. So where the hell was the 3rd bear? Or the 4th bear, or whatever it was? Where was the last bear? How did I miss a bear? You think a giant bear would be really hard to miss? Did I not go into every cave? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I missed a cave. So I might go back and look and see what caves I missed. I must have missed a cave because I also missed one of the optional challenge tombs. I have no idea where that is. But yeah, that was cool. I mean, the more the focus on the challenge tombs, the good puzzle design. The story was silly. Of course it's silly. It's a Tomb Raider game. It's always going to be silly. There's no question it was going to be silly. The main question is, was it fun? And I think the answer there is yes. Absolutely, it was fun. I, of course, have bad aim. I think maybe if you do... So, the reason why I'm using controller, the reason why I'm not using keyboard and mouse for this, is because I tried using keyboard and mouse last game. And you can go back to that Let's Play and see what that was like. Basically, it was shit. It was total shit. The keyboard and mouse just did not work. I'm sorry. It was a bad implementation. I have no idea if this game fixed that at all because I didn't even try. I just take that as a lesson learned, and all Tomb Raider games, I'm going to be playing on controller. Speaking of all Tomb Raider games, Shadow of the Tomb Raider comes out in September of 2018. I am going to wait until April 2019. The reason for that is that Square Enix has put out a schedule for their DLCs and other things they're going to be attaching to the release. And basically it's going to take a year. It's going to be April 2019. I think it might even be August of 2019, wherever that manages to be, until the game is actually going to be completely done. As in, they're going to be done with all the DLC releases, all the extra bits. So I would love to play it when it comes out, but arguably it's not going to be a complete game. So I'm sorry, but I really only like playing games when they're complete. That's kind of what bummed me out about Horizon Zero Dawn, is that I don't really feel the need to go back to it, and the DLC's out, so I'm probably never going to play the DLC. But I had a lot of fun with Horizon Zero Dawn. I loved the game. But if I had known the DLC was going to come out when it did, I might have held off by like 6 months. So that's what I'm going to do with Tomb Raider. Now, I'm not saying Tomb Raider is going to be on par with Horizon Zero Dawn. Let's not be crazy. But it's still probably going to be a pretty solid game. I think they might actually, from the previews I've seen of it, it looks pretty awesome. They're going to boost up some of the stealth elements, probably. That's what it looks like. They're going to boost up a lot of the... they're going to try to do a lot better on the story, and they're definitely going to make a larger focus, even larger than this one, on the challenge, the puzzles and platforming, which was mainly what Tomb Raider games are all about. There's kind of about the shooting, but mostly, I mean, the PS1 games were definitely more about the platforming and puzzles. So I'm glad to see them going back to the roots. They definitely made inways into doing that same idea for this. I think that totally worked. And the collectibles are nice too. That's a nice reason to go back. I think I also like, and we'll figure this out. I mean, I might actually have time to do this episode, which I was not planning on doing. We can go into the endurance mode. I think we also have one more alternate mission we can do that takes place at the house. And I believe it takes place... so it takes place at Croft Manor. I don't remember exactly what the details are around it, but we'll find out what that is. Might as well do that, right? And we have the time. Might as well make this episode worth it as soon as the credits are over here. I want to make sure we pay attention to those credits, because, or not, at least pay respect to the credits if not paying attention. Paying respect just by, being here, let the names pass by the screen here, and recognize that all these people were involved in making the game what it was. And I think it was actually pretty good. What would I give it out of 10? I usually don't give a score out of 10, so I don't know how to make that work. 8, I guess? I take it down 2 notches only because the story's pretty damn silly. There were some times, but not just the stories, but it's like, the fuck? Like, actually, really? So those times is why I'm taking it down 2 notches. Where it's the platforming, or I just die for basically no reason. The difficulty level, I think I actually set properly. I think we'll probably try to do that again for this, for the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I think that'll be good. But I'm absolutely going to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I mean, there's no question in my mind. I think... Okay, so... Okay, 2 weeks earlier. We still get to go, huh? Oh, ha! 2 weeks earlier from going back to Jonah. So, Anna... Kind of surprised you're following.
Anna, you said another Croft doesn't have to die for this. What did you mean by that? You killed my father, didn't you?
Trinity ordered his execution.
Why?
I couldn't do it.
You're lying!
I loved him.
Who the hell?
It's done. Good. What about Croft?
No. Not yet.
The hell? They really want to set up this whole mystery thing for the Shadow of the Tomb Raider, don't they? Dude, we know there's going to be a third game. They're just trying to get it hyped. Trying to get us hyped. I'm already kind of hyped. I'm just kind of disappointed I'm going to wait. Okay, so we're at 89%. Alright then. So I believe Croft Manor is the extra piece here. So we can go into this. Okay, so yeah, there's 2 things here. I don't have a VR set, so that's not actually going to work. Bonus challenge set to Croft Manor for combat enthusiasts. Battle through Manor Hall, gather weapons and ammo, survive the nightmare. Okay, and then VR Manor. Okay, so Croft Manor Blood Ties. The actual hell? So there's like an expedition, so that's like the roguelike thing, where you can go in and do various modes here. So we do like a score attack or chapter replay. Elite, which is done with everything we have, and I think harder enemies. Got the remnant fight, take back the valley. Okay, interesting. Create a mission or play a mission. Created by your friends and your community. Okay, interesting. Endurance, which is, yeah, that's the roguelike. So you have to stay warm, you have to search enemies for new weapons, gather food from plants and animals. Levels tutorial. 1 times points for kills. Record number of days survived 192 in 1 expedition for somebody. 192 actually sounds really good. So we're in wilderness. Okay. Interesting. Single player, you do multiplayer? That's interesting. So we were on Seasoned Raider for that, right? Oh, let's see. That changes the points. Cold Darkness. Infiltrate the Soviet research base, find the source of the mysterious chemical weapon. Reach around and listen to the directions to disable the machines before the toxin overwhelms the valley. Interesting. Why wasn't that a mission in the regular game? Oh, because it's a zombie mode. Infected enemies have poor vision but are attracted to sounds. That is totally a zombie mode. Bonus challenge set Croft Manor for combat enthusiasts. Yeah, okay, so right. And of course, score attack. Shoot lanterns, collect wisps. Collecting wisps is a little weird. Okay, but I mean, that's an interesting idea for expeditions. We have 126,000 credits. I have no idea how, but I think that's related to the marketplace, right? Yeah, so you get to buy stuff with credits and you get random cards. So we already own all these packs. That's obviously how we got all of the outfits. I don't think there's anything we don't have. Okay, Rise of the Tomb Raider Season Pass, but I guess... Yeah, and I bought the 20-year celebration. That's why I have this. Blood Ties, Story Mode, to reclaim her legacy, uncover a family mystery that will change your life forever. In Laura's Nightmare, hordes of the undead overrun Croft Manor. That's hilarious. Blood Ties includes over an hour of additional single-player story as well as community challenges, card modifiers that allow you to compete against your friends' scores in Laura's Nightmare. Okay, so we need to do Blood Ties then, is what it sounds like. Okay. There's no actual Blood Ties, though? Not in here, anyway. So Cold Darkness sounds cool. And then Laura's Nightmare is totally a zombie mode. That's a little silly, but I understand that framing it as a nightmare at least makes some deal of sense. Okay, so Blood Ties... Okay, so maybe the VR thing then is purely optional? And I just read that wrong? Alright, sure, why don't we go ahead and do Blood Ties? So this takes place, I think, before the events of the main story. Because she did mention for some reason she couldn't go back. And this is supposed to tell us why. Because remember, she was living in the apartment.
Final notice to Lara Croft, a current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor. You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
Lara, it is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it. As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance. Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate.
What?
I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of evidence of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
So I can still do survival mode. Okay, so this is more of a puzzle. We have to figure out probably the code, because we probably don't know it.
Needs a combination. It's
Yeah.
got to be in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe
All right,
in the
so let's look
library.
around and see what we can find. So, like, there's the photograph here.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing.
Well, this is not a Burger King crown. That might be like a real artifact.
That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Is that good? I mean, that's better than my writing, but I have shit writing and I know it. Okay. I wonder if her father actually gave her a crown artifact to wear as a child. That'd be horrible, but not entirely surprising knowing the Crofts.
Dad would have liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL.
Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, no, okay. Okay. Okay, so she's saying that the one for her father looks real. She was looking for tells because... Okay, so it's not actually the one. She took it anyway. That's weird. It's down here. A whole lot of nothing. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Alright. So we have a diary here. Hello.
Well, this is a hell of a thing. I met someone tonight, quite unexpectedly. But it shouldn't have been, it seems. I've been so buried in my work, so distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings. But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things.
How oblivious are you,
I shared
dude?
some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess, moving and counter-moving in argument. At one point, that poor old librarian had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
My parents made a good team, challenging each other from the start.
But still not related to the actual, like, codes you need to be looking for here. So, books everywhere, and more, of course, pictures.
A picture with Dad and Anna.
Okay.
Never liked wearing dresses, but the color was nice.
That is actually a cute dress for, what, 10-year-old girl? But of course, she's more of a tomboy, right? So she'd probably prefer, like, trousers or something. Alright, how about this?
This is probably my grandfather, Benjamin.
Benjamin Croft. The name might have... I don't know. Just wonder if the name means anything, but I'm not sure it does. Okay, book. What do we got?
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas. Of course they don't approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement. though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done now. Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect, such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
So, first wife's birthday? That might be...
It must have been hard for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
I mean, really, it seems like they'd give us that information, but Laura should know it, right?
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Okay. I like that they're at least making it a little bit easier to find the stuff now when you rotate. So, why are we looking in these if you're not going to let me look further at the documents? Oh, there we go. That's probably what we're looking for.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Oh, yeah, it's actually written by Lord Richard Croft. Okay. Not sure that'd be useful, like, in the present, but alright. There's another door we can open up. Doesn't look like anything else in the study here. A mask?
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
I mean, it's cool. Paint's a little cracked. Probably shouldn't repaint it, though. It is an artifact, after all. Nothing else here, huh? Not unless she's got some kind of brilliant inspiration on what the... what it could be. Do these doors open? They do not. So, that's it for this, I guess. Alright, let's see what else we can do here. There seems... I don't know if they've rendered, like,
The door to the library.
Rendered, like, the whole convention here? Let's go through first without opening any doors and see what happens. There's this...
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
That's remarkable. That is a remarkable specimen. You're taking that to take to a museum, right? Just saying. I'm going to go all Indiana Jones on you, but it does totally belong in a museum.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Okay. So there's apparently a secret door. I mean, I'm not sure what the skulls are. That seems ominous. There's a secret door a little way further down here. So
Wait,
now...
I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Yeah, so it's through here. Interesting. Let's pick up some papers here first, though.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know, did she love me, Dad? Did she ever say that she did? Maybe I'm just being silly, but will you tell me more about her the next time I'm home from school?
That would be tough. Growing up without ever knowing your mother, really. Over here? Anything? It seems like he has such an attachment to her. Maybe he would make the he'd make the combination something to do with her. Like her birthday or her favorite number? I have no idea.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
That seems like that's a regular thing. That's awesome. How about this?
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist. I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health. I somehow doubt you've so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the manor voluntarily. If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
What a bastard. Didn't like him from the first letter. Hate him even more now. What a total dick.
The Grand Hall. Always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Alright, so another one of these curiosity cabinets, I believe they're called. Oh, hello, we have a curiosity.
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
You know, I was kind of hoping that Lara would look at the divine source, or at least be affected by it, so that maybe we could explain a little bit more easily why she seems to be made of iron. But, I mean, she's just made of iron, just naturally. It's the Croft blood. Requires the master key. Alright, we'll keep looking then.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here?
Well, you see, the two adults like each other very, very much. Stop smoking, lover. That's funny. I think that actually, I mean, that's interesting engraving.
Someone has a sense of humor.
Most likely your father. Okay, so we need a master key. Chances are... I really expect
Lara,
this to be...
you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Was Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Dad was always so protective of the West Wing.
And it needs a master key, doesn't it?
Locked.
Yep.
Need a key to open this.
Alright, I suspect it's going to be in the secret passage, but I don't actually know that for sure. It is dripping all the hell in here. What, is that a wide open... Okay. So what's really funny is that in the Terminator movies with Angelina Jolie, the Special Forces team, I forget what it was story-wise, I haven't watched the movie in ages. I should watch that again. That was fun. It was stupid, but it was fun. They actually come through the window just like that. It actually looks a lot like this. Which makes sense. I mean, this is probably pulled straight out of the PS1 architectural designs. And that's what the game was based on, or the movie was based on, rather.
What are you doing sitting there on the floor, Mistress Lara?
I'm not supposed to be down here. Another door I can't get through. Yep, another master key. So yeah, I need to go through the secret entrance, no doubt. And these are just blocked off, so I'll never be able to go through them. What do we got?
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. It's supposed to be its own tail, not another snake's tail. But still the same idea.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
There's lots of things here to read.
Lara, since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed at your erratic behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for you to be evaluated by a professional. I took the liberty of arranging an introduction to a highly qualified colleague of mine. You should be receiving the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Atlas is a total bastard. Total dick. But I can't open this either. Oh, wait. We can open that one.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
Yeah, please do. I mean, okay, now we acquired it.
Should be able to explore the dark now.
Oh, so now we can go in the secret passage. Okay, so we could have done it anyway. Alright, good to know. The shake and bake ones are good too, but just a general flashlight is a really good idea.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you sooner. I've decided to do some research at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long, I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for, I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
It's like the voice actress was kind of just phoning that one in. I don't know. Or it could just be Laura's supposed to be tired, so that's the whole reason for that particular tone of voice. More journal entries?
The offer came in the post last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work. Never thought there was a chance of being accepted. But a gallery tour is not something I can pass up. The show will take me away from England for over a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and, oh, God, I'm giddy even writing these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby, but it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio. Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
So she was about to do that before she went to Tibet, and Tibet's where she died. Well, timing sucked, obviously. Alright, so now that we have the flashlight, it's a weird addition to her character model, so maybe not all that good. So we know we can't go anywhere else, so I guess we just go up to the servants' quarters then. Or, sorry, the servant passages. Which should be through here. Yeah, I know. Survival instincts, which is actually over here. There you go. Pop that open. That's kind of neat. Okay, what we got here?
Amelia, the news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay. Everything you do has a greater effect on us all. I'm coming down to London soon. Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
So that's probably Atlas yet again being a bastard. I mean, I can almost see his point, but it seems like after they're married, you just, I don't know, accept it? instead of being a total dick.
Falling apart. Maybe I should just let my uncle have this place.
Well, I mean, no one's maintained it in a while, so... I mean, it's kind of your own fault.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd say Amelia and I have passed that test with flying colors. Indeed, these last few months in Egypt have been nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
How romantic? Sure, why not? Romantic. We'll go with that.
I'm not surprised he asked her to marry him as soon as he got the idea.
Try going this way. Yep, master key. Okay. So, somewhere around here is the master key. Remember to keep doing survival mode. In case there's anything here. It's amazing how much this stuff is locked away. Survival mode again, just to be sure. Looks like another document. I don't know, maybe the master key we buried in one of these documents. I have no idea.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And while your word may have been enough in times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend to go to Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money, but I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
Interesting, he's playing the Lara card when he just hates any kind of anything to do with...
Still just as creepy as I remember.
To do with Richard. Okay, so we can shove this aside. I guess that helps us get over here. Why do we want to be over here? Oh, there's stuff. Okay. Stuff and things.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning isn't everything. Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that!
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
And did you? Did you ever win? You're not going to tell us, are you?
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him.
Okay, so she never won. All right. It's a neat little chessboard. Get a little travel set. No inscriptions or anything on it, huh? Can't tell if there are any pieces missing. Just turning it around, seeing if there's anything here. There's a master key inside? I don't know, maybe. Be on the other side though, right? It looks like the black pieces would be in here. Obviously we can't open it or anything. Come on, I'm just turning this thing all the way around. You're being so forgiving on all the other pieces. You're not going to be forgiving on this one? Zoom out. Zoom back in again. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be looking for here. Obviously, it has a hinge, yeah. 2 of them, in fact. And good design, I guess. Good painted design. But, I mean, unless you're supposed to shake it, make the chess pieces come out, I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. Really, the only detail... It's kind of interesting. There's 2 kings there, but I believe one of those is supposed to be the queen. Huh.
I
Oh, there we
always
go.
chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Maybe. Yeah, there's definitely a tactical advantage to going first, but not always. So why did it take me so long to spin around to get that? That's weird. Alright, make sure we're not missing anything else from over here. Oh, there we go.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble remembering her now, and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set a trap for me in the walk-in freezer, of all places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved.
I bet.
It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it years of observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. Thank you for watching. We'll continue this little venture into lore as we go on. Commentary is probably going to be light as we're going to be reading a lot. And mostly it's just going to be trying to find the master key so that we can do something. I mean, it's going to be finding the master key so that we can find some clues that will help us get the code we need to open the safe. That's going to be it. So yeah, thank you for watching. This has been Rise of the Tomb Raider on PC Universe, your PC Universe 2. I'll see you guys next time.